And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. There it finally says you're live. And here we are at Sunday morning, 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific time, nice and early on Sunday. While most people are all sleeping in and this and that. I set my, wait, what the hell happened? Oh, yeah, I set my alarm every morning for like, hold on a minute. Yeah, I set my alarm every day at like 5:30. So I'm not really a sleep in type. Hold on a minute there. Looks like we got some spam in here. Very interesting. Let me go ahead and delete that. Oh, whoa. We got some spam there. Yeah, that looks pretty. Like the past 24 hours, the spam bots in China are really working hard. Could be North Korea as well. One of them. Let me just delete these. So if there's a moderator on the show, just look through there, and if you see that XAIZ17 shit, just go ahead and delete all that out. Because I'm trying to start this show. And looks like the little spam bots were out. So I see I got a couple. Let me see here. Terrence McNamara is now a moderator. Michael David. I added a couple people as moderator. Names, people that are familiar here on the channel. Okay, let me look here. All right, my name's Crypto Hulk, not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, just a spam eliminator. Don't buy anything I tell you to buy. Don't sell anything I tell you to sell. Before every show, I get super high. Before any kind of comment that I make, I'm super fucking high off of illicit drugs. Just want to make sure I make that clear. I snorted probably 3 lines of cocaine this morning. Each line was 1 foot long. So it's a 3 foot long coke line. And just channel. Gosh, the spam. I'm just eliminating some spam here. All righty. Yeah, if moderators could do this for me, go in and when you see the spam, just start eliminating it like I am right now. Yeah, I'm just going through right now, eliminating spam. I need some help. Damn, look at all this. Yeah, if there's moderators out there right now, I could help, use some help. Anywhere you see this XAI 717 stuff, let's go ahead and eliminate all that right now. Okay, still working on it. Yeah, moderators, if you could get in there and start eliminating the spam, it would help. So what I'm doing is I'm hitting hide user on the channel for all this spam. Let's see where we're at here. Dang, that's crazy, huh? How all these, all of a sudden, it's got to be YouTube. I know this is not, this is done by YouTube. Let me just, what I'm doing is I'm going through all of this, all of these little posts, looking for that XAI dumb shit. Okay. Looks pretty good now. Isaac says, Hulk, I've been missing in action for a month, but you're looking leaner. I guess it's possible. All right, let's go. I see same spam on other channels too. The difference is just I like having my top chats cleaned out and all my comment section cleaned out. So that's what I do a lot in my own free time is I'll go through and just eliminate as much spam as I can. Because when people go out of the channel, I don't want them getting distracted or buying dumb shit crypto. So that's part of my job behind the scenes. Okay, let's go. Oh, yeah. If you're watching today's show, you're somebody that doesn't donate at all. How about if you help other people like I'm trying to do by having open shows is do this. Comment on every show by just saying comment. Share the program with your own email. Share it to other people. Save this program to your favorites on YouTube. And then lastly, pick about 10 shows every day and put it, or if you want, put it on a loop and just let them just keep running. Turn off the sound, go about your business, whether you're going to sleep at night or going off to work, 8 to 10 hours a day. Let the programs run. It helps the algorithm. That totally does. I'm seeing a big change already. And I appreciate if you don't have the money, then let the program run. That's what I say. That'll be your way of helping this algorithm to reach other people. And it works. I know. Okay. Let me start here. Michael David, disclaimer fund. Oh my God. The disclaimer, the famous disclaimer. Stephen Morris, I hate the scam Monica commercial I always see on YT right now. I don't ever see that one. All right, now here we go. We're going to talk about depository receipts. Oh, Crypto Hulk, are we rich tomorrow? Well, I got to show you how you're going to get rich. Look, what this is, it's history unfolding right in front of our face. Depository receipts, a critical direct bridge, this is critical, direct bridge between crypto and TradeFi. Crypto Hulk, what are we looking at here? How are we going to connect traditional finance with crypto? How do we get, Crypto Hulk, all the traditional money onto the crypto blockchain? It's through one way is through depository receipts. Another way is with the crypto XDC. I'm going to show you today what I believe they're getting set up to do, and that's utilize the XDC as a bridge. So think of it like this. Think of it like you're in Mexico, and you're a Mexican. You're a Mexican. And you want to send, and your name is Dick. And, well, Crypto Hog, that's not a traditional Mexican name. Shut up. So you're in Mexico, you're Dick, and you want to send money to Poland. So what XRP's job is, and you're a wholesale. You're not retail, by the way. You're wholesale. You're a bank. You're a government entity or something like that. You want to send money. Dick wants to send it to his friend, and you're gonna send that money in pesos, but it's gonna show up in the Polish, or it's gonna show up in the currency that his friend wants. Now, in the middle of that transaction, you're gonna have XRP. It's a bridge. It's not really designed to use as a currency, even though it is, but it's a bridge currency. It's a little bit of a technicality there. Now, what XDC is going to do, in my opinion, we're going to read this article right here, and XDC is that bridge for assets. So let's say if I have an asset like a bunch of securities, and I want to go buy a house, that the XDC is going to be a bridge in there if I want to switch assets. Okay, trade one asset for another asset. Just the same as XRP is money. It's a currency, a bridge currency. So what does XRP bridge currency from different countries? What's XDC going to do? Bridge assets for different assets. Okay, that's what it's going to do, is stand in the middle. So if we look at this article here, and we go down to the second paragraph, it says, for digital assets like crypto to fully mature, they need a mechanism that bridges them with the entirety of the existing capital market infrastructure in a familiar, regulated way. Now, these things called depository receipts is what helps do this. In my opinion, Digital assets have grown into a multi-trillion-dollar business, yet they remain largely disconnected from traditional finance. So in the second paragraph, first sentence, crypto has grown into a multi-trillion-dollar market, yet crypto remains largely disconnected from traditional finance, okay? What are we trying to do now to get rich in crypto is connect crypto with traditional finance. You guys got that? Now, there's a couple different connectors we can use. One of them is what we're talking about here, depository receipts, and that's going to be a bridge along with the XDC. Let me go to the second section of this. Now, go to the first, second, third paragraph. American depository receipts. Let me explain what this thing is. American depository receipts. For nearly a century, so 100 years, receipts have served as that bridge for international stocks, debt, and commodities, enabling U.S. investors to own foreign assets with the same ease as domestic securities. So the first American depository receipts were issued in 1927, just about 100 years ago. These American depository receipts set the stage for a system that today facilitates trillions in global investment. American depository receipts, here's how they work. They work to provide fungibility, economic and governance rights, and U.S. oversights, all while ensuring efficient settlement through the DTCC. Oh my God. So what is this? American depository receipts allow a person like us to own stocks or whatever in different parts of the world, okay? It's a registration process so that nobody can like rip you off. So it's not like you go to China and you want to buy some stock in their government. They could bury all the receipts and be like, hey, I don't have it. Or what these depository receipts do is they're global, and I can buy stock in different countries and other countries can verify that I've done this. So that if I wanted to sell it or trade it to another country, see if everybody knows, but it's like, it'd be like me showing up to your party saying, hey, I know your friend Jim, but you don't know how to get a hold of your friend Jim to verify that he knows me. It's kind of like that. I'm not going to get into this really deep. So these receipts show proof of ownership depending on what stock market you go to and what you hold and stuff. Now, all of this clears through the DTCC. We went over that the other day. That's $3 quadrillion a year. That could boost XDC to $80,000 for one. So with these American depository receipts, in each country that I know of has these kind of receipt things, okay? So they go through the DTCC. What is that? A global entity. We already talked about this. There's 20 locations in the DTCC. They clear every stock, security, commodity, whatever in the entire world. They know who's bought what, where'd you buy it, how much, and all that, okay? So that's like a bridge right there. Let me go to the next paragraph. Now go where it says crypto as the modern foreign market. Crypto as the modern foreign market. Crypto operates outside the traditional U.S. capital markets, making it difficult for most institutions to engage in crypto without specialized infrastructure. American deposit receipts provide a regulated, accessible, and familiar framework that enables four different things here. What I'm going to take from that is these. Okay, so crypto is outside. We got to bring crypto in to traditional finance, and that's what these American depository receipts do. It brings it in, but they still need more of a bridge. And this is where I believe the XDC crypto is going to be used. Let me click out of this. And in number 4 here, crypto as the modern foreign market. Go to point number 4. It talks about settlement through DTCC. That's coming up again. I'm going to show you how big that is here in a minute. Now look under the section that says TradeFi demands crypto. TradeFi demands crypto. Institutional demand for digital assets is surging. So now that's very encouraging. Institutions' demand for digital assets is surging. But most traditional market participants are still tied to the DTCC rails and are not set up to directly interact with crypto. ADRs, American Depository Receipts, meet these firms where they are today. So we're talking about DTCC being used. I'm going to show you here in just about a minute or so the evidence on how CryptoHawk. What is this DTCC? What's so important about these ADRs? I'm going to wrap this up here in a minute. I'm just trying to show you some of this stuff on how big XDC crypto is going to be, because it's like everything in the world. This is what I'm showing you. We're at the last paragraph. The last paragraph is titled Conclusion, a Foundation for Institutional Growth. Okay, go to the last sentence there. It says, American deposit receipts could be the key to unlocking the next stage of growth and ultimately bring new institutional capital on chain. Okay, what I'm going to say here is this. They're right and they're wrong. They're right that these ADRs can help bring stuff on chain. But the answer is going to be, it's going to have to utilize the XDC crypto for stock markets to utilize all this and for the DTCC to clear. Here's an example right here. Peter Tatara, welcome to the 2024 Crypto Explosion. So let's look right here at this. We're talking about the stock market, right? In Switzerland, in 2019, so we're talking 6 years ago, in Switzerland, there's something called the Swiss Stock Exchange 6. What we got, it says right here in the article, they're going to use R3 Corda Enterprise for blockchain-based trading platform. What we have already for like 6 years, and there's other ones, I think London and some others. Now we just heard that the New York Stock Exchange is going to run on Circles technology. What I'm showing you here now is we're at a point where crypto is now getting into the stock markets. I'm showing you this with the article we just read with the American Depository Receipts. They're trying to figure out, well, they already know. They're trying to figure out how to get all the crypto into the stock market area. Right here, here's an example. They're going to use R3 Corda. That's the platform. And let me show you. The crypto they're going to use is XDC. Here it is. Let me do a copy and a paste. Freedom Rings gave a late fee. Thank you very much for that. Tax-free donation. Okay, so what do we got here in this article? So we just got done talking about the 6 digital exchange and that they're using R3, and that's the crypto XDC, okay? So there's your evidence for that. You can buy it on my sponsor, Caleb and Brown. Oh, God, now the channel's going to glitch. Here we have something called the DTCC. I want to show you more evidence that the XDC crypto is going to be used, and this is so massive. Right now, it's like 8 cents. Look at this article right here. I'm showing you the future. Right now is the future. The article with the American Depository receipts trying to get all that into crypto so they can trade it. We have the title here, DTCC is now live. And when was this? 3 years ago almost. I want you to know they have 100,000 transactions per day on crypto. And the crypto platform chosen is R3. And just so you guys know, again, that's the XDC crypto. If you look down in this article, you'll see $2.4 quadrillion per year. Now, this is 2021. That was during the pandemic, right? When shit wasn't, nobody's working. So that number of 2.4 quadrillion, it's now up to 3 quadrillion. So if you take 3 quadrillion, divide it by 37 billion XDCs, each XDC is going to be at $80,000. Now, let's say Crypto Hulk is too fucking high. He totally doesn't know what he's talking about. His numbers are off. Let's say my numbers are off 90%. We're still at an $8,000 XDC. I'll take that, okay? So even if I'm 90% wrong, if I'm 95% wrong on this, XDC's at $4,000 for one. You're buying them now for 8 cents. They're going to be worth $4,000 if I'm 95% wrong. Got it? Okay. But Crypto Hulk, hold on. Let me pull my boyfriend's dick out of my ass. Crypto Hulk. Now I can think clearly. Thank you, Jeffrey. Crypto Hulk, there's other cryptos involved in this. It's not going to be the only one. I know, dummy. That's why I said if I'm 95% wrong, XDC is still at $4,000, okay? You got to quit getting distracted with your boyfriend Jeffrey's little pee-pee there, right? The DTCC. Now, Crypto Hulk, how long has the DTCC been working on crypto for the stock markets? Well, if we look here at this next article, let me copy paste it for you. Copy and paste. There you go. All right. The DTCC, the global organization that has 20 locations around the world, the DTCC that clears every single stock market transaction for the whole entire globe at $3 quadrillion a year, says they were in front of Congress in the United States. And Nadine Shakar is the director. And in the first, second, third, fourth paragraph from the top, it says this. Here's how long they've been working on crypto for the stock markets of the whole world. The DTCC has been working to advance the tokenization, of traditional financial assets for about 10 years. Oh, man, Crypto Hulk. Yep, I've been telling you, Ripple had all the shit figured out like 10 years ago. And that is the end of that article right there. And if I'm 99% wrong about the price of XDC, if I'm 99% wrong, Michael Montclair says that's still a $1,000 XDC. Oh, shit. So there you go, folks. I give you a worst case scenario, $1,000 to $4,000 for your XDC. Worst case scenario. Stulabel says, are the girls here? Wow. Roll call. Cray. All right, next, Alchemy Pay. Oh, we got to see what's going on with this, Crypto Hulk. Let me do a copy and a paste. All right, Alchemy Pay. XDC time frame. What time frame? Well, when they got crypto laws, that's your time frame when we have crypto laws. All right. Alchemy Pay enables fiat on-ramp for HBAR and USDC. Now, what do we got going on here? Alchemy Pay, we have a Singapore-based payments provider. That's important because we're going to find out here in a second. Singapore, the country, was a Ripple partner. They had a crypto exchange. They had commodities, securities, crypto, fiat, gold, silver. They had wallets. They had the whole shot 2014, okay? 11 years ago. Like I'm telling you, all the shit's been figured out 11 years ago. No other channel is going to have the evidence that I have, okay? I'm the only channel who's able to show these articles with facts because the other channels don't know where to find it. They are lost in the sauce. Alchemy Pay enables on-ramps for HBAR and USDC. Singapore-based fiat to crypto payments provider Alchemy Pay has expanded its solution with support for Hedera's native token. Now, this is coming out of Singapore. And I'm going to show you why Singapore is so important, because the Chinese and the Americans are partners working together, made to look like we're enemies. I'm the only channel that has this evidence. Here we go. Here's your video right there. Go to the 2-minute, 16-second mark. 2-minute, 16-second mark. What do you see right here? I see a Ripple logo. It says Ripple, and then it says Singapore, all one word. Then it says what? Gold and silver in your wallet. Now, if you watch this whole video, you can look to the upper right, and it'll show you the wallet that you could download. Ripple was allowing people, look, Ripple already has a wallet that you could download to your phone or computer or whatever. They've already released this to the public. Nobody else knows except Crypto Hulk. I've made a video before. If you want to go back and look at it, actually, it's tough to find, but it's about, I think, 2023. Somewhere around wintertime, fall. I made a video where I show the actual Ripple wallet. I showed you guys the code. And it's kind of hard to read on a computer, but I have the whole wallet. And when I get crypto rich, I'm going to have somebody who's good at tech, like coding, and copy that Ripple wallet, test it out and shit. Because that'll be a bulletproof wallet that nothing's going to hack. Not even that cyber stuff. So if you go to the 2-minute, 16-second mark, you'll see that. Now, if you go to the 3-minute, 48-second mark, 3-minute, 48-second mark, you're going to see that this wallet had physical commodities, securities, fiat, crypto, gold, silver. What was that, crypto? Commodities and securities, everybody. Now, these are concepts. When they made this Ripple wallet in 2014, they knew that you could trade commodities and securities with the Ripple wallet, okay? Now, you might have to work in the XDC with the ZinFin and the XDC network and all that, but this wallet could do it if it had the other technologies. That's why I think Ripple partnered up with R3. Because, again, Ripple can't do everything. So now that we saw that, we're talking about Hedera. Well, that's a Ripple partner right there. Let me copy paste for you. Showing you all the evidence. Right there. Ripple and XRP Labs join Hedera. There's your HBAR connection to Ripple. And Algorand, which is ALGO. You can buy all those cryptos on my sponsor, Caleb Brown. Now we go back to the original article here with Alchemy Pay. We're at Alchemy Pay. Go to the first, second, third paragraph. It says Alchemy Pay recently unveiled its own blockchain. Oh. And added on and off-ramping. It added on and off-ramping support for the Ledger Live platform. So those of you that have Ledger brand hardware wallets, you can now go to Ledger Live platform and go to Alchemy Pay and use that as a payment provider from inside your Ledger Live platform. Very interesting. Now, the next paragraph, the very next one, the firm, which has seen notable growth across the crypto payments industry, boasts key partnerships with some of the world's top financial platforms, including Visa, MasterCard, Nuvei, and Apple Pay. So this Alchemy Pay is really mixed in good. Let's take a look at their partners. So we go right here. So this is all, I want to show you this something. This Alchemy Pay is all Ripple. I'm going to show you all the evidence right now. What's the title in this article? We got Visa, we got WorldPay, we got Nuvei, settling transactions using what? USDC, which is Circle, which runs on Stellar, which USDC is settling on Solana. Now, Circle comes in because it's utilizing Stellar, and Stellar is involved in all of this with XRP because Stellar has something called Allbridge. I'm going to show you right here. Allbridge connects Solana. So there's your connection right there. Solana is connected to Allbridge, which is connected to Stellar cryptocurrency. So if you own Stellar, you're a winner, okay? Sullivan says, oh my, they blocked me again. Go figure. Wow, this YouTube is just the most garbage platform. I can't wait till somebody buys a TikTok and then they're going to change all the dumb shit, the censorship that's on TikTok. And then Crypto Hulk's going to be probably moving over there. It won't be the same TikTok. They'll change it, make it better. Then YouTube can go start sucking on dick to make money. So what we got here is Visa, WorldPay, and Nuvei. Those are all Ripple partners right there, utilizing Stellar and Solana. I just showed you the evidence for that. Let's look at the other evidence here. WorldPay. WorldPay is utilizing Ripple because they have a patent on utilizing Ripple. Here's that right there. So that ties into the Alchemy Pay. Visa. Visa is a massive Ripple partner. Here they bought $250 million worth of Ripple technology. And in this article, Visa bought $925 million. Oh, Stu Lavelle got in. Stu Lavelle said, hi, Hulk. Hi, YouTube. You're a wiener. Oh, my God. Thanks for that tax-free donation on the communist platform of YouTube. Now, if we look at the article again with Alchemy Pay, like they're in deep with Hedera. Here's an Hedera X post that they put on the Alchemy Pays platform. It says HIP 755 and HIP 756. These are both Hedera smart contract capabilities right here. Unlock exciting new capabilities for Hedera by bringing native scheduled transactions to smart contracts, enabling unprecedented multi-party coordination and scheduling capabilities for advanced decentralized applications. Hedera revolutionizing smart contract capabilities on Hedera. This means allowing for multi-party coordination. Okay. So Hedera is a crypto that's probably my top 3. I'd say it's probably my top 2 or 3 crypto. All right, let me check the comments, and we're going to go to an Ethereum virtual machine. We got here, Stu Lavelle gave 5 Crypto Hulk memberships. Hazy Ham got 1. Dr. Dave's Adventures. Nathan Schmidt got a membership by Stu Lavelle. Sierra Shores got a membership by Stu Lavelle. And so did El Bachir Chowgoon got another free membership by Stu Lavelle. Dirt Road Trucker says, I just got a membership that says my membership, or I just got an email that says my membership has been canceled. That's interesting. Linda McKinney says, YouTube some days can't find Hulk show. Don't show me Hulk show. Look for hours. Michael Zajic says, I've had my membership canceled twice. I need you guys to fill out, take a screenshot, use your phone. If you can, or take a screenshot of your computer, but find the send feedback button and file a complaint if you can, like every day until they fix that shit. Because I want to find out, somebody at YouTube's doing this. Moto J81 says, I had my membership canceled also. That's why I'm having a And welcome back again. That was just YouTube shutting off the program. Scrim de la Creme says, how are memberships being randomly canceled? They just push a button. I don't know, whatever they do at YouTube, and they cancel your membership. I mean, it's totally illegal. All right. So we're looking, here's a brand new article here. Let me do a copy and a paste. Yeah, these platforms are so communist, they even took out Peanut the squirrel. Unbelievable. That was completely wrong. Poor squirrel. And they had to kill the squirrel on top of that. They had to euthanize the squirrel. The Ethereum virtual machine. There's a new blockchain. It's called Vana, V-A-N-A. The Vana blockchain introduces what? A new token standard for data-backed digital assets. The VRC20. Now, you've heard of the ERC. This is the VRC standard. Aims to boom trust and transparency in the market for digital-backed digital asset, data-backed digital assets. Vana introduced the VRC20 standard to enhance trust and transparency in data-backed digital assets. The VRC20 standard includes criteria like fixed supply governance rules. Vana's mainnet launched in December, onboarding over 12 million data points. Crypto enthusiasts might have heard of the ERC20 standard, which provides guidelines to ensure that tokens are created on Ethereum smart contract blockchains and they're compatible and can interact. A similar standard for data tokens is called the V, as in Victor RC, now has emerged. Vana, an Ethereum virtual machine compatible layer 1 blockchain that helps users monetize personal data by bundling it with Data DAO for artificial intelligence models. We introduced the new standard earlier this week to boost trust and transparency in the market for data-backed digital assets. Let's see. Let me click out of that. Now, the Vana token has changed. It's about almost $6 for each token. That's kind of like a steep price for me, at least. What's interesting is, now here's a crypto that since December has went up to, like, at its highest point, $8-9, okay? $8 to $9, and this thing just got released. You know, it kind of makes me wonder, XRP's been out there for, I don't know what, 12 years, and we're struggling at $2 and something cents. And this fucking coin comes in and it hits almost $9. So there you go. I'm just looking through comments real quick. Preacher says, hey, all YouTube not notifying me on lives. Right, so you're going to have to actually check my channel. See, what I do is this. Before every show, my show's up 2 hours before every single show. At night, my show will be on probably 8 hours in advance. So you can't rely. Look, YouTube don't want you to watch my program. I can't explain it. I don't know why. What you have to do once a day, let's go ahead and do that right now, is you got to delete your YT application or your phone app. It's going to ask you keep description or subscription. So I'm deleting my YT phone app right now. Now I'm going back in. I'm going to load it in. YouTube. Now I have something called YouTube Studio, so I got to load both. Okay, now I'm going to my YouTube Studio and clicking on that. Okay, that's working. Let me find my YouTube app. There it is. Let me click on that. Allow the camera, allow the microphone, allowing limited access to photos. Okay, that's what you got to do about once a day. And you can find the send feedback button. You can send nasty comments every day. You know, if you want to threaten them, that's up to you. Some people here have alternate accounts. I won't mention names just because I don't want to call this person out, but they're admitting right here they have to have alternate accounts to be able to comment on my show. So all these things, YouTube is terrified of my show because it knows I can literally take over this whole crypto space. If they took the handcuffs off me, they already know. I'll tell you what. 5 years ago, I started Cryptoholic, March 2020. For the first 3 weeks of my show, think about it, 3 weeks, my numbers were straight up. And this is when I just started. I wasn't even like good like I am now. The first 3 weeks, I had 8,500 subscribers in 3 weeks. You know what message that was sending to YT, the people at YT? Shut this guy down right away. He's going to take over crypto. Run those numbers. Some of you guys are good at math. Now, I know you can't keep growing just like that, or maybe you can, but run those numbers. If somebody's good at algorithms or whatever it is, in 3 weeks, if I gain 8,500, where would I have been in 5 years? Million? 2 million? Okay. Now, here's another massive article. We're going to copy and paste. We've got the DTCC. And they're going to let this thing loose. I want you to see what's going on. This is massive. Again, we're talking about the XDC crypto. The biggest secret in crypto, I think. One of the biggest secrets. The DTCC. Listen, everybody. Oh, my God. Here we go. Now, again, what is the DTCC? It's a 20 location. They got 20 different locations all around the world. What they do is they monitor and record every single stock, bond, derivative, and all that stuff everywhere in the world. They clear every transaction. This is now they own themselves. It's an industry owned. So the DTCC is kind of like managed by all the stock markets in the world. They all kind of agree. You've got to have a level playing field in the stock market because if somebody's getting ripped off, it destroys the whole world's financial system. Then you end up with a world war, okay? So we've got the DTCC, who's basically in charge of all the stock markets in the world, okay? They're going to do what? They are going to launch a crypto, oh man, they're calling it tokenized, but we all know that it's crypto. What is tokenized? Crypto, as opposed to like a Bitcoin. Tokenized is when you take real world assets and put them into crypto form. That's what the stock market is doing right now. I'm showing you. We are at the early stage. I want to show you history. That's what I do on my channel. I'm showing you the history of how all this is starting so you can see what is going on. The DTCC is going to launch a tokenized collateral platform. The DTCC announced a tokenized real-time collateral management platform with plans for a live demonstration April 23, everybody, in probably what, 2 weeks from now? Basically, what are you saying, Cryptoholic? In about 2 weeks from now, all the world's stock markets are going to start utilizing cryptocurrency. all the world stock markets are going to start. We're at the start of utilizing cryptocurrency for trading all around the world. XDC, 8 cents. Don't miss out. This is the easiest way. A key reason for the excitement around tokenized collateral is the ability to use a variety of assets for collateral for margin calls with almost instant settlements. Next paragraph, in the second paragraph, in the third paragraph, they talk about HQLAX. We're going to get into some of these here. We got Canton Network. They use smart contracts, DAML, DAML. It talks about the New York Stock Exchange, ICE. They just told you they're going with Circle. Everybody, I'm telling you what, while the dumb channels are like, oh, crypto's down, crypto's down, crypto's down. Well, from what I'm looking at, crypto's up. Very, very, very up. What I'm doing, look, this is so amazing. You're on the right channel. I'm showing you what is beginning to be a revolution in global trade. The prices of the crypto sheep. This is almost like it's Christmas and you've been on good behavior. Well, let's say Santa didn't catch you doing all those bad things you normally do. And it's Christmas time. I'm showing you we've got super cheap prices. Okay. Now, what else am I showing you? What is getting ready to take off? The utilization of XDC. Now, for years, XDC has been cheap, because the stock markets haven't gotten in. Right now, I'm showing you how XDC might end up next week or next month being $2. You'd be like, holy shit, Crypto Hulk. It was just 8 cents. I'm just showing you. April 23rd, they announced tokenized real-time collateral management platform with plans for a live demonstration April 23rd. They're showing the world right now. They're at the very beginning stage. They're showing the world what they're going to do, and I'm showing you what cryptos they're using to do this. Truly amazing. And these cryptos are cheap. You have an opportunity to get in at 8 cents, not $1,000. Crypto Hulk, what crypto is? I just walked into the show, Crypto Hulk. What crypto is the DTCC going to use? This one right here. They tell you. Arian Crow, thank you very much for the membership there. Look right here. DTCC article, straight from the DTC website. What do they say? In like the very top up here, DTCC has selected R3's Corda. That's the platform they're going to use. I don't see any other platform written there except that one, right? Right. And what crypto is that? XDC. Again, if you just walked in, here is the R3 Corda platform telling you right there what crypto they're going to use. And that article says R3 Corda is set to go DeFi with XDC crypto right there. It doesn't get much easier than that, everybody. Now, the article talked about HQLAX, correct? All right. Let's take a look at HQLAX and see what is that all about. Well, BNY Mellon is involved with HQLAX. That's America's oldest bank. And America's oldest bank also, see, this channel sponsored by Caleb and Brown. And BNY Mellon is also a partner of fire blocks, which Caleb Brown uses. So here we got BNY Mellon, America's oldest bank, and Goldman Sachs Bank. They settle first HQLAX. So they're involved in that. And BNY Mellon, oh, they're a Ripple partner, by the way. Let me show you the evidence for that. America's oldest bank is a Ripple partner and utilizing Caleb and Brown's custody solution, Fireblocks. There's all your evidence for that. Now, in the article that I gave you, the DTCC to launch tokenized collateral platform, go to like the second to the last paragraph. They're talking about by using smart contracts to automate the full range of collateral options. So they're talking about smart contracts, right? Okay. Well, what smart contracts are they going to use on the R3 Corda platform, Crypto Hulk? It's called DAML, D-A-M-L. Here's your evidence right here. Smart contract language, DAML, is now available on R3's Corda, which is the XDC crypto. I just showed you all the evidence right here. XDC, you got to get that. One of the biggest secrets. I'm just looking through the comments here real quick. XDC is on sale right now. It used to be 12 cents. Whatever, it's 8 cents roughly. So there, I'm going to wrap this show up. I just showed you, we're at about the hour, 1 hour and 2 minutes. I just showed you I showed you the biggest player in crypto. The biggest player, the DTCC, the very, very, very top of all the stock exchanges in the world. Every single stock, bond, derivative, this, that, all flows through the DTCC. It's all recorded. And they move $3 quadrillion a year. And at the most, XDC could be worth 80,000. At the least, I see it at 500 to $1,000 at a minimum. If I'm right, you're at 80,000. If I'm wrong, you're still at about 500 to $1,000 per XDC. That's a pretty good investment where you spend 8 cents and it goes up to $1,000. Pretty fucking amazing. So if you want to buy XDC, you go to my Crypto Hulk link for Caleb and Brown. You can find that at the very beginning of every single chat. Every single live chat, you can see this link. All my videos, it's at the bottom left corner. There's a link so you can buy your XDC right there. All the cryptos. Hulk, thanks for the deep dive on XDC today, says Scrim de la Creme. So there you have it right there. Crypto Hulk is done. I'm going to Sacramento today. I don't think there'll be snow in the mountains. I hope not. I got to check the weather thing. Last time I was going to go to Sacramento, it was snow, so I couldn't go. And so I won't be making a PM show. I'll be getting home in the evening. I will look for news to have for a 7 a.m. show for tomorrow. So that'll be it. That is my plan and schedule. I'll see y'all in my next broadcast.